Hello everyone, this is Yoko. On this channel, I feel that information about what is happening in China is often not correctly conveyed to countries other than China, so I will be disseminating the information I have gathered in English. I'm getting information from multiple media, so I'd be happy if you could comment on the content of the video. Also, my native language is not English, so I use an AI speaker to create the voice to convey the information correctly. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel and support us. This time, I will introduce the story that two former Chinese who acquired American citizenship were exposed on suspicion of espionage. This story is also related to Japan. In the Chinese version of the BBC article, it was reported that a former Chinese Navy soldier was arrested in the United States for providing information to China. China denies it. Two people were arrested, one of whom was a 22-year-old man named Wei. The man was arrested while on duty at a Navy base. He was arrested because he passed information about the U.S. military to Chinese agents. Chinese operatives are said to have contacted a person named Wei in February 2022 while he was in the process of naturalizing in the United States. And he seems to have given money in return for providing information, which is typical of the Chinese Communist Party. The Chinese Communist Party does not train spies and send them to the United States, but approaches former Chinese who have immigrated to the United States and acquired American citizenship. I will make a person who has American citizenship a spy later. As in this case, money can be given to extract information, or family members and relatives in China can be used as hostages to cooperate. This time it is money, but it is said that the amount was several $1,000s. It's shocking that you betray America with a small amount of money. I'm shocked by the low price that doesn't fit the risk. If you leak military secrets to China, you will be severely punished. I was doing such a dangerous thing for thousands of dollars, but I think there was a time when I thought that one thing wouldn't be found out, and there might be circumstances where some kind of disadvantage would occur if I refused. Yeah. As a result, he was found by the American authorities for leaking military secrets and was arrested. The other is a 26-year-old man named Zhao. This person also seems to have given the information of the U.S. military to the Chinese agent in exchange for money. The information the man provided included information on the radar of a U.S. military base in Okinawa. He was reportedly paid around $15,000 for this information. There is also a report that this was received in renminbi instead of US dollars. This person named Zhao has also been naturalized in the United States, but he is undoubtedly an agent of the Chinese Communist Party because he provides information about the military to Chinese agents and receives remuneration in renminbi. He was paid $15,000, so it's a lot more money than the previous guy, but it's a small amount for the risk. After all, it is highly likely that there was pressure other than money in the background. Another possibility is that there are many people who provide this kind of information, so there may be a market for information. And if it is information about radar, it may be a feeling that it is about this market price. There are many Chinese who have been naturalized in the United States. It may be the tip of the iceberg that was caught this time. China, on the other hand, the U.S. government and the U.S. media are always fabricating spy cases involving China. China says that it firmly opposes the United States' defamation of China. In other words, China categorically denies the spy incident. However, according to the announcement of the U.S. authorities, they have announced detailed materials such as what kind of materials and how much money was paid. The U.S. side is expected to conduct a thorough investigation and consolidate the evidence before arresting him. This isn't just about U.S. authorities picking up a former Chinese spy. The fact that the spy is exposed means that the U.S. authorities have been able to investigate. The two people who were caught this time provided information to the Chinese side agents, but the United States knows who the agents are. In other words, the U.S. authorities are aware of the information network created by the Chinese Communist Party in the United States. It is the so-called counterintelligence. There is a possibility that the US side also received information from a person in the Chinese information network. People in China's intelligence services are providing intelligence to the United States. The Chinese side is very afraid. The Chinese Communist Party is wary of spies inside the Communist Party. In China, efforts are being made to detect spies, but it is not easy to find out who the spies are. Then suspicion spreads. No one will be able to believe it. Such situations can be used for power struggles. He's not actually a spy, but it's a move that spreads rumors that he might be a spy and puts his rival down. It is Xi Jinping who decides the personnel affairs of the Communist Party, so if Xi Jinping thinks that he is suspicious, that person will be eliminated, and there will be vacancies in the government. People who want to take up the post will have to act behind the scenes, so suspicion will spread further. As a result, there is a lot of information flying around, and it is not clear which information is correct, and everyone looks suspicious. Xi Jinping fears foreign spies. This is destabilizing China's domestic politics. Back to the story of spying in America. The United States has announced that it has arrested 2 former Chinese spies, but the Chinese Communist Party says it is fake news from America. And the Communist Party is using SNS to spread China's claims, such as discrimination against Asians and discrimination against Chinese. There are quite a few people in the world who hate America. People like that are jumping on the talk that America is discriminating against Asians, or against Chinese people. China's work cannot be ignored. The world is full of idiots. However, overdoing craft activities has major side effects. When the US authorities caught a spy, if Chinese people in the US jumped on the bandwagon and claimed that it was fake news, people who were naturalized in the US but could not stand on the US side would be treated as betrayers. If a spy is exposed, the American position is that they should be severely punished because they are people who damage the national interests of the United States. But if a Chinese or ex-Chinese living in the United States says it's fake news, it's like, even though he's an American, he's on China's side. It's going to be a story that there are people who are not American even though they have American citizenship. This is a big side effect. Even if they are naturalized Americans, if they are essentially a pawn of the Communist Party, there will be a mood to eliminate people with Chinese roots living in the United States, and they will be wary of Chinese people. I will continue. The Communist Party's trick is to send a lot of immigrants and make them spies, but even Chinese who are not spies can be seen as America's enemies. However, there are people in the United States who want to get along with China, so I don't think we will completely cut off ties. If it becomes mainstream to support the Chinese Communist Party and criticize the United States even though you are in the United States, it may become a consensus among Americans that the Chinese are unnecessary. Therefore, the important point is how Chinese or former Chinese in the United States react to the spy incident. That's all for now. See you next time.